In the infinite battle to get rid of noise in our guitar signals, there are a ton of noise gates and noise suppressors out there on the market, some much better than others. One of the newest noise suppressors is the Boss NS-1X with MDP, that's the multi-dimensional processing technology to intelligently silence noise without compromising your tone. Now, before we get started, this pedal was provided to me from Zounds.com for the purpose of this review, but rest assured all opinions in this video are my own and I do not get compensated for this review. This pedal will be returned to Zounds at the conclusion of this review. The NS-1X, like the old reliable NS2, has three modes. You've got gate, reduction, and mute. Now, gate works best for heavy distortion when you want the clear, distinct silence between riffs. Reduction is best for suppressing noise without altering your tone or attack, and mute is just that. When engaged, it completely mutes a guitar signal, and I'll go a little deeper in that mode in just a second. Let's take a closer look. Up top, you have your four knobs. You've got damp, threshold, decay, and your modes, and you have a noise reduction light bar right there. You'll see that working when I do the demo of it. Now, damp is sort of like decay. It helps control the point between playing and silence and clearly separates the two to make it a smoother transition. Threshold controls when the gate opens and the allowable amount of noise. The lower the threshold, the less unwanted noise will be present. However, a higher threshold will cut out more noise, but it can affect your volume and tone and may not open the gate as soon as it needs to be or at all. Now, decay, sometimes called release, controls the amount of time for the gate to close between audible notes. Lower decay, shorter gate time, but less sustain. A higher decay, longer gate closing time, and more sustain. So mode, when it's in mute, and it's engaged, it's muted. No guitar signal is coming through. When it's off, it's either gating or it's reducing. Now you can switch in between them very easily by long pressing. These four lights over here, when they flash, show it's in gate mode. If you want it in reduction mode, you hold it and you'll see the lights on the right flash. So that's in reduction mode. So whatever mode you want it in, when it's not muted, it'll always be doing something. And that is my favorite feature of the NS2 and this one. You can put it in mute mode. When you hit it, it shuts off your signal. When you undo it, it's always suppressing or gating or reducing, whatever you want to call it. Let's plug it up and I'll go through the basic motions of using the pedal and making things nice and quiet. So this is how I got my guitar signal processed. I've got my guitar going into the input, and the NS-1X takes it and sends it out and then goes back through the fuzz pedal. The fuzz pedal sends it out into the return. The NS-1X does all its voodoo magic MDP stuff here and sends it through the output to the IR or whatever you're using. And over here I've got probably the noisiest and cheapest fuzz pedal you'll ever find on Amazon. It's the A-Clot Fuzz. So right now, I've got it on, I'll put it on mute mode. And we're going to turn all the way down there. And so when it's engaged, there's no guitar signal. When it's disengaged, now as you can see, if I hold it here, it's in reduction mode. So we'll just leave it in reduction mode. And you can still get a little noise. So I'll put it over in reduction mode, and we're going to kick this on. Let's put it over in a cleaner amp. This is the twin on the IR2, and right now it's disengaged. Now it's engaged, and you can see the noise meter right there. That's the reduction meter. When it goes up, it's reducing. So if I crank up that damp, it's going to go up very high. Then you can make the adjustment here on the threshold to even it right out. So I'm going to turn the damp down. Since this is kind of a cleaner amp, we don't want it on there. So let's turn all those down and turn the noisy pedal on. Turn that tone down a bit. As you can hear, it's quite noisy. So let's turn the damp up, and you can already hear it's going down. And then we're going to turn the threshold up just enough that noise goes away. And now listen. And you can see that gate close. Now if I turn this up, You see it takes a little bit longer for the decay to close the gate. Now if you want it to totally gate, we'll put it in gate mode. And we'll turn that threshold up. We're going to crank that damp. And let's turn that decay down. See if we can get that gate to close quicker. Now if you noticed, I'm going to ring out and I'm going to turn that threshold up. And you'll actually lose the sound. It makes it very tight. If you turn that decay down, the little sound's a little unnatural. That's why you need to find that sweet spot within the threshold and the decay. Back in mute mode, it's on. Reduction mode. Switch over to the high gain one. And that's the basic functions and demonstration of how this NS-1X works. All right, so here are my thoughts on it. It works great, and it does what it's supposed to do as a noise suppressor. My problem is the price tag of $200. I feel like there are a lot cheaper options for less, especially in the used market. And other than price, it's a fantastic noise suppressor, just like the NS2. Now, if you're interested in this pedal and want to support the channel, there is an affiliate link down below, but I encourage you to shop around, watch other videos, decide what might be best for you and your budget. And if you'd like to see this one compared to several other noise gates, check out the video down in the pinned comments to Nick Leonard's channel, where he does a huge shootout in comparison. As always, thanks for watching.